engineer at Harmony Magnet Academy in Porterville, a town in the Central Valley about halfway between Fresno and Bakersfield.
Clarinet, that is so beautiful.
Although she's mastered the clarinet at Harmony, it's not her career goal. She wants to be a civil engineer or architect. Luckily, Harmony offers its students pathways in both performing arts and engineering.
I'm actually part of the engineering pathway, but I do a lot of the performing arts things like orchestra and band and play in the musical. There's room to go back and forth and kind of see what you like and to pursue your passions even. They're not going to stop you from playing music if you love music.
Harmony launched its 2 pathways in 2008 as a way to prepare students for both college and a career. The pathways are part of a broader pilot program called Linked Learning that's been adopted by districts throughout California.
If you look at research, an average American in our country is going to change positions or careers at a minimum of 4 times. So I think you don't have to be an engineer to be in the engineering academy. And you don't have to be a stage performer to be in performing arts. I think it's what the skills that you're going to gain while you're there that really prepare you for college and career.
Linked Learning is trying to connect the future in your career and the real life aspects of what you're learning in school, not just equations or facts that you have to memorize.
Harmony's early success with Linked Learning served as a model for the rest of the Porterville Unified School District. Now, students throughout the district have a choice of 14 career-based pathways spread among the district's high schools. The pathways include diverse studies such as environmental science, multimedia technology, and hospitality. Harmony selected performing arts and engineering after surveying local residents.
It was determined that we needed something more than just welding, something more than just building. We needed those higher tech skills that engineering could provide in different disciplines to support what the community was doing, because that was number one. How are we going to support our community?
I want you to say, "Hi, I'm Daniel." And they're going to shake their hand firmly.
Today, students in the district are interviewing with local business owners. They've been prepped on how to dress and present a resume. Plus, these aren't mock interviews. These students are vying for paid internships.
Yeah, your resume is full of activities, and a very aggressive academic schedule.
Yes. Our community is filled with farm labor families, and so these students have had real work that they can talk about that employers respect. And these students don't necessarily realize that. And so as you talk them through it, they come to realize that they have a lot that they can talk about that will help them get ahead in life.
In addition to the internships, many class assignments are real-life ventures too. 12th grader Luke and some of his engineering pathway classmates are designing a house for Habitat for Humanity.
What we do is we take what they want in a property that's actually across the street, in an open lot, and we design them a house that fits their needs, but the trick is that it has to be within the Habitat for Humanity, those standards.
We don't just sit down and write equations and do the simple math problems, but we're applying that in a real-life setting to a real-life project. Here's a problem, let's solve the problem.
Performing arts students at Harmony have unique real-world experiences as well. Paloma and several of her classmates got a chance to perform at one of New York City's most prestigious locations, Carnegie Hall.
When we went to New York, it was incredible to be there, to be in a city, because here it's more of a rural area. And then the stage was incredible. We looked out and these were strangers that said, wow, they must be good. And they expected us to play at a certain level. And we lived up to their expectations. And actually we received a standing ovation.
We're not just teaching music, we're teaching students about life using music to do that. And we're trying to acculturate the students, bring them to the existing society, which includes everything from the classics to pop and rock and what they're used to. There's music is ubiquitous, it's everywhere, So acculturate and then try to take them slightly forward, but give them the skills they need to succeed if they choose later on. I think people forget that end product. Pathways does not forget that. They emphasize it.
No matter which pathway students choose at Harmony, the end goal is the same, to prepare them for both college and a career. Luke dreams of being an architect one day. a goal that he says is within his grasp because of what he's learned in the Engineering Pathways program.
My mom made me come here, and I couldn't be more grateful that she did, because now I have all these opportunities, colleges I'm looking at, these careers that I would have never been able to look into if I went to another high school.
I tell them I want you to learn two things. I want you to learn problem solving and critical thinking. Because you can't show me a job in life that doesn't involve critical thinking and problem solving. Problem solving and critical thinking are life skills that regardless of the career path they choose, I feel is going to help them down the road.
I feel like I can see the dream. You know, some days it's pretty tough. You know, it'll be hours of homework. Right now it's got a huge English assignment I got to do, but I feel like the dream is closer than it's ever been.
Linked Learning was started by the James Irvine Foundation in 2009. It's grown from just 9 school districts to more than 100 statewide and is expanding to districts in Massachusetts, Texas, Michigan, and even Canada. How's it working? Studies show that students in linked learning pathways complete more college prep courses, are more likely to graduate, and are more likely to have part-time jobs that lead to well-paying careers.